Just wanted to make sure you checked it. I
always love little extra parts like this. Son of a... Damn it.
My camera's just chugging along,
This
by the way.
piece of... That's a Joby mount. We need to take that son back. Or get these roads fixed in Arkansas. I wanted to.
Joby.
God. Damn camera keeps dropping.
Dropping. Get off my hand!
Tomatoes. Wolf Tick Nation, thank you guys for tuning into once again another. Yes, it's on.
I mean, sure. I don't want to do this whole. How many times have we done this? There's no audio.
Wolf Tick video episode. We're glad you guys are here. Now, if you're not part of the Wolf Tick Nation, hey, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, because you're here, and we're all going to tune in. We're going to enjoy this episode. All right. So on today's episode,
giving them orders to
I'm telling you guys, we're going to enjoy it. We are going to be showing the Axum DP. Get the beard hair off of there.
Hey.
A little bit of love with some new brakes. These are the Clout 1 Clarks. I love everything to do with the Clark rosary. We got them on a bunch of our bikes. But everybody says, hey, you got to try the Clouts. You got to try the M2s. So, old big brother Kevin, he sent us some Clout 1s.
Are you sure? Yeah, was that a question or was that a statement?
It was a statement. You guys have seen the Axum. Now it's in shambles.
It's always in shambles.
It's in shambles. I mean, look at this thing.
That bike is a cursed bike.
I can tell you guys, I am over not being able to make it down a trail, not being able just to go down a mountain and finish out the ride on the Axum DP. It's been such a long time, and I think it's going to start with brakes.
You finish them. You just have a lot of problems along the way sometimes.
Yeah, and we've had nothing but problems with the Marocas, so I am over the Maroca 4-piston. We're going to check out the Clout 2 pistons today. We're going to do the initial impressions and the install on the Axum DP, and we're going to hopefully, we got to put a new bar on this
Yeah,
thing.
we'll revisit those Marocas later down the road once we get a chance to mess with them some, I think.
So not only are we going to be doing all that on this episode, but we're going to show a little bit of love to those of you that show love to our channel.
We'll mix it in.
Yeah, Coffee Shoutouts.
Yeah.
Such an important facet of,
it's
of our channel.
It's extremely important because if we didn't have that support, I don't know if we would be able to be doing this 2 videos a week all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, without further ado, let's get into the Clout 1s.
Yeah.
Alright guys, check out what's in the box.
What's in the box?
Clout 1 hydraulic brakes. I love Clark stuff. Their rotors are amazing. We'll take a look at those right now. Let's see what we got inside here. Alright, so we got 2 sets.
I disagree, I think it's 1 set.
Did I say 2 sets?
Yeah.
Oh, we got 1 set of the 180mm rotors. We got some mounting hardware, and we've even got a little bit of barb and olive action right there. So that's cool that they're hooking up with that.
That will be used at some point, maybe.
Yeah.
Not for real.
Not right now, especially this one, because this is a 29er. We shouldn't have to cut anything down. We got directions on how to install them. Okay.
Is that your theory? 29ers don't have to cut anything?
Well, yeah, because most of them they're sized out.
We're not cutting them on this episode.
Well, look at this.
It's not.
Dude.
It's you. What are you doing?
Holy crap.
It's kicking your
Alright, well now let's talk about the lever design. Now the only type of adjustment is we got a little reach adjustment screw right here on the back. And I can say right off the bat, this lever is feeling pretty thick. Most of the time, like the Shimano ones, is like just a thin piece of metal design, right? Either aluminum or magnesium, whatever it may be. This one here actually has some girth to it, so I do like that. Now, I think this one here is actually going to do a really good job of grabbing that finger. And I'm guessing, I don't know if you guys run these Clarks Clout ones. Let me know in the comments. Are you able to 1-finger these things, or are you able to, they're just a 2-finger or more? I'm going to go with they're probably going to be a 2-finger or more just because they are 2-piston and not 4. But this does feel pretty good. It does feel solid. All right, now here is the caliper. Okay, so it automatically comes with a front 180 or a rear 160 adapter. I like that. So it's ready, and we're running a 180 in the rear right now on the Axum DP. Now, something that's cool about this, and there's a lot of brake calipers out there that don't have this style of design, and I don't know why they don't do this. Do you guys see how this is angled out to the side there? That's your bleed screw. And what I really appreciate about Clarks actually thinking about that is you can keep this thing most likely mounted on your bike and bleed it at the exact same time. There are some other designs out there where this mounting bolt here, the bleed screw goes directly straight into it and not at an angle. So that's a good smart design there. I like that already. And it comes with a little keeper. Okay, now we do have the rectangular style of brake pad in there. And I'm not sure if these things are...
I thought you called them like cashew.
Yeah, they're cashews. Totally, cashew pads. Now, they don't say anything about if it's a resin or... What do you call that?
Semi-metallic?
Semi-metallic. Nothing like that.
Ceramic?
Yeah, there's no kind of information on that.
Maybe there is online.
Yeah, maybe there is online. We'll have to look at that. But it definitely just looks simple, and it does look like it's a two-piece design as opposed to some of them that are actually just made all together as one. Hopefully we got some good braking power here.
Features it looks like it has that you like or not?
Just the bleed screw. I do like that a lot. You know, and that's a big deal for us because sometimes we have to bleed on the go and things like that.
We're not doing more brake bleed videos as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. We're not going to be brake bleeding these things. All right, so now we got the brakes all talked about. We are going to be installing, I know some of you aren't a fan because it's funky looking, but this is the 780 Bucklos Flat Bar.
I think, you don't think that's a little bit much?
It's a little bit much. It's not the most comfortable of bars, but... I don't know. I've always liked the look of this bar. The only downside this thing has after riding this bike like 2 or 3 downhill runs, it starts to kind of wear on your wrists a little bit. But I like this bar. We have some options on some bars over there, but I'm not against the Bucklos. And it's going to be a heck of a lot better than, you know, everybody's not going to be freaking out because it's going to be carbon. Ah! Oh! I mean, this thing completely snapped. And kind of like we talked about a little bit, it wasn't because the force of... the crash, or it didn't break when my hand went down over that little ravine. What it was my ribs hitting the damn thing and that tire being wedged. So that's what broke it. It wasn't like they just failed on me and snapped out of nowhere. But one of the guys that was really worried, you know, and he was emailing and calling, was our boy. 15 cups of coffee. Oh, whoop whoop himself. Keep your up. Old Dayford. You know,
he was calling?
He was worried sick. He was worried sick about me. Dayford, I'm okay. My rib wasn't broke. So appreciate that.
He's probably wondering what you're talking about.
Old Dayford, the man, 15 cups.
He might have cracked a beer to you.
Yeah, he probably did. But appreciate the worry there, Dayford. Appreciate the 15 cups of coffee, man.
Yes, thank you.
But let's go ahead and we're going to get all this stripped down. And we have to get that X-Fusion fork back on this bike before we get these Clarks installed. Now I know what you're thinking. You're going, how in the world are you still running an adapter, no adapter, after Wolfman gave you so much crap on it, the whole Wolftick Nation gave me so much crap on it. Guys, I'm having a hard time finding the adapter that goes back here.
No.
Okay.
No, it's just you don't care what I say. That's the thing.
I just don't really. I've got 2 or 3 of them over there. Even Wolftick Nation guys have sent that. What they think the adapter is. Let me show you. We've gotten like 3 of these, and this is what I even ordered one of these, but this doesn't work. I don't know what the hell what's going on here. I think because it's the style of rotor. I'm not sure. I think this is what's intended to go back there, but I'm not sure. Anyway, where I'm getting at is, you know who doesn't mind stuff like this? Because it works, you know?
Who?
LeBron Photo. Not.com.
Okay? I think you'd take a picture of it and send it to you and say nope.
Oh, LeBron Photo. 10 cups of coffee. Thank you so much, LeBron. And, you know, LeBron's got his own Axum DP. Yeah. So, maybe if you're... yeah, he does. And maybe if you need some hydraulic brakes, maybe these Clarks might be your brakes, man. But, LeBron, thank you so much for the coffee. Let's go to the front of the bike. Let's start working on the front. All right, so putting one of my favorite forks, the X-Fusion Trace RC34, back on one of my favorite bikes, the Axum DP. I love this fork. Not that I didn't like the Suntour that Big Brother Kevin sent us, but this fork is just, it's made for this bike, okay? Not only that, but it's kind of literally just made for this bike because a while back when I cut the steer tube, back in the day, I cut it just enough. You guys see the steer tube there? I cut it just enough to use a one-up components that Berserker Nick sent us, right? I'm going to get into that here in a second. But another thing that Berserker Nick sent us was 10 cups of coffee.
Oh, wow.
Very cool. So, Berserker, thank you so much, man. 10 cups of coffee. Been a supporter of the channel for a minute. And we're fixing to put this fork up there. And whenever we put the stem on there, I'm going to show you guys what he sent us a while back. And it's one of my favorite things about this bike. It's not a huge deal that I use all the time. It's just nice to have this backup plan. A lot of you guys know what it is. Alright, you guys ready for it? It is my one-up components multi-tool. that sits right inside of your stem. This thing right here is cool. Like I said, just add some insurance, man. It's like, you know, you always think that you have everything until you start second guessing and going, well, I didn't bring this, I didn't bring that. And this one-up components that it hides in your stem is just this really cool little tool to have. Now, perhaps this maybe should have been on the tool video, right? Your top tools, but that was mainly tools that were inside the shop. But again, Berserker, thank you for the cups of coffee, and thank you so much for sending us this, man. I love this thing. Alright, so we got everything torqued out, we're all set, forks back on there, headsets on there, one-up components tool is on there. Now this is something that I'm going to do that everybody always says, hey, you need to do this, therefore you get a better feel for your brakes, and they might be more one-finger brakes than not. And what I mean by that is everybody says to put the brake the furthest in, right? Because I think I am a shifter, I think I'm a brake than the shifter, so I like a lot of grip on that brake just in case. But I think what we're going to do today...
Wait, you're braking the shifter what direction? From the outside in or
from the
outside
in? Outside in, like.
Yeah, you have the brake and shifter on this one, then you have the brake and shifter on this one.
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make everybody happy. I'm going to get the Clark lever.
You can never make everybody happy.
I'm going to put that one on first, okay? Because we can mess with the reach adjustment. That's going to be fine. I'm going to put that first, and then I'm going to put my dropper, and then I'm going to put the grip.
You can't make everybody happy.
Like that. That way, I'll have the most amount of pressure on the lever, right? That's the idea behind it. So it'll be something like that. Okay. Let's see if we can get that tightened up and then fitted and see how it feels. But I think that's what we're going to do so I can actually move this around right there. But what do you guys think about that Bucklos bar? It's a good looking bar, right?
I thought you didn't like it after you took it off and put the other bar. I thought you were like, oh, that's way better. Like you decided you didn't like that bar in there. That's why I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get reacquainted with it.
You'll have to ask Brandy H.
I'm going to have to ask old big sister Brandy H. What do you think, Brandy? Do you like that bar or not? I mean, I know you've been a big supporter of the channel, but I mean, do the women approve? You know?
She's still big supporter of the channel at 10 cups of coffee.
Big supporter of the channel, 10 cups of coffee. Thank you so much, big sister Brandy. Old Brandy and Kevin, man, coming through with not only the brakes, but we freaking got the other bike from them too, the 11.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, man. Big supporters. Thank you guys so much. Yeah. Let me go ahead and tighten this front one. And I'm really curious on how we can set that reach adjustment. A lot of the reach adjustment stuff kind of sucks out there, but let's see how this one feels. All right, guys. Hopefully everybody's happy with the install here, okay? We got the best grip in the world, the Raceface half Nelsons, followed by the dropper post lever, and that's hidden up underneath there pretty well, okay? Now we've got the Clark all the way on the inside, and I'm going to say this right off the bat before we adjust the reach. I mean, it's a ways out there. Before we adjust it, just by the feel of this, something I like. Now remember, these things are only like $90, right? We'll put some affiliate links down in the description below. But what's impressive about these is they feel like a very good quality lever because there's no flex right here. Now we're going to be seeing when I really go to actually squeeze this thing or we're going downhill. But a lot of the times with brakes like this, they're a little more, you know, under $100, let's say. This area here feels like there's an extreme amount of flex. And right now, as beefy as that lever is, there's not. So I like that a lot, okay? Big fan of that already. It feels like these things are gripping pretty well. But again, we're going to have to wait in a real-time review to get a full feed on them, or a full feel on them. But let's go ahead and adjust this reach here. It's a ways out there. And what I'm wondering is, I don't know what brake it was when we did the install. Maybe it was some, maybe it was the Magura's, maybe some Zooms. But a lot of the times with those budget brakes, the problem, everybody knows this, once you start adjusting the reach lever, it gets like squishy, okay? It doesn't have that bite like it initially supposed to, or does whenever you're not messing with it. And right here, I'm going to have to adjust that reach in just a little bit more. But I will say, so far, there's no squishiness. Let's go a couple more turns here.
Let's see how it does after it goes downhill and gets bedded in and does some downhill.
Yeah, I mean, see, that being able to adjust it like that, I will be shocked. I mean, it's going to suck if it turns into a two-finger because I'm going to have to reach across and my thumb's kind of in the way of the dropper post lever here. But if this thing sticks to just being a one-finger, I mean, that thing's comfortable. It feels really good. All right, so let's get that rear one on here. And I think we might be looking at being done. But one shout-out I wanted to do, very important guy. Had some health problems, was in the hospital Poe Lawless.
Does he want that out there?
He does. He puts on social media and all that
Okay.
stuff. Poe Lawless, I hope you're doing better. Homeboy went to the hospital. Apparently he's out. Everything went well. Hopefully you're recovering well. But 8 cups of coffee. It was so nice. While he was in the hospital, I think he bought us the 8 cups of coffee because we were checking on him. So Poe, man, very cool for you to think of other people. And especially in the time where you should just be thinking about yourself. So Poe, thanks again. All right, let's get this rear one installed, guys, and let's get at it. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to tidy this up. We got everything all put on there, and I'm going to be honest, I think that the rear being approximately 1600 millimeters, I think it might be a little too long. Just a tiny bit, you know. If it were up to me, and we're going to be doing the real-time review, say we were going to keep these brakes on this bike, I would probably go ahead and cut it.
Well, you act like it was already sized for it. Where's your valve stem cap for that rear tire?
I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
I'd lose those things. They're usually in my shorts.
Usually in your mouth.
I'll tell you what.
Spoiler.
Old big brother Kevin. Yeah, he sent us some tires. Some Deliums. If you guys remember seeing those on the Mail Time episode that we did a while back, the truck one. Yeah, we're going to be putting those things on this because it needs it. So big brother Kevin, we did not forget. Okay? Well, another thing that we did not forget. We want to do another shout out. This here goes to our boy. 5 cups of coffee. Supporter. First time supporter, right?
First time supporter?
As far as coffees go,
okay.
It's all Jamie Salazar.
Is that Jamie or Jaime?
Jaime. It's Jaime. Old Jamie
sure?
Salazar. Yeah, it's Jaime. Right, Jaime?
It might be Jamie.
Well, Homeboy works on his own bikes, and he says he gets a lot of inspiration, and he enjoys that we actually work on our own bikes here at Wolfstick Videos.
Yes.
Now, Jamie, appreciate the 5 cups of coffee. Okay, really do. But let me know, what's your opinion on this? And guys, I know it's going to drive you nuts, especially Chris H. out there, John Day. There's a few guys. Chuck, it might even drive nuts a little bit. Berserker, I don't know how you feel about the Clout being installed with no adapter, but I cannot find the right one. I've ordered like 3 of them, and you guys, I have a whole stack, man.
I can't
know.
stand that.
All right, here's the rear caliper. Don't mind the non-adapter, okay? You see that little gap right there? This here, where it pins in the pads, right above that is the only amount of air that these brakes are going to get. Okay? I'm not sure that these things aren't going to just overheat and get stupid spongy going down the trail, guys.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we're going to find out, but look at that. That's, I mean, I can't put the tip of my finger in there. That's how small that is. That's a little bitty spot. And it's the same exact way on the front one. And the issue with the front one is, unlike the rear, air is going to be traveling this way, right, on the rear. So we're going to get a little bit of air, but from the front it's going to be coming this way. And there's nothing in there at all. I mean, there's no space for air to cool these guys down. All right, guys. Well, we got the Clarks.
Thank you.
We got the Clarks brakes set up on here. Having a hard time talking today. I got the hydraulic brakes on here.
Today?
Under $100 budget brakes.
$90 or so.
Yeah, be on the lookout for the real-time review. See what you can get for $100, and maybe they're better than the Shimano MT200s.
Whoa. No one ever said that. Don't maybe they're better than that. We don't need to speculate.
Yeah, no speculation. So make sure you guys don't miss the real-time review.
Just because you like the lever better doesn't mean they're going to be better.
The levers
brakes.
are amazing. The calipers on the other end are a little big and bulky for my taste, looking at them now. But we're going to find out. No prejudgment, okay?
Thank you.
Now, there's a couple more guys I want to thank on the Bucklos Cup of Coffees. Number 1, this guy has reached internet stardom. Okay, this is a Wes Graves.
Dude, he's making rounds on the internet lately.
Yes, bought us 5 cups of coffee.
Yes,
bought some merchandise a while back. Went to the Bike Chick, right, over in Tyler, Texas. Another one of our
Simpsons there.
Yeah, another one of our supporters, and also she and her husband are patrons. Anyway, Wes Graves goes over there, takes a picture, represents, says Wolfstick Video sent me. So Wes Graves, thank you for going around representing, breaking the internet with our Wolfstick Video shirt, and buying us 5 cups of coffee. Very cool. Okay. Now the last guy I want to thank is old More Beans Mr. Taggart. More Beans Mr. Taggart. He says, hey, it's been a while, man. I want to buy you 5 cups of coffee. We're showing much love for you over here at Wolfstick Videos. Appreciate the 5 cups. And go grab that bar up there. We were talking about this bar earlier because we were talking and discussing what we're going to put on the Axum DP here. This is a Tory Deviant 2 760. You sent us that bar a while back. Now remember, we have not forgotten about it, okay? But just
Wait
not
for the right build.
Yeah, just not the right build. But more beans, Mr. Daggett, thank you so much for the 5 cups of coffee. Everybody else that supports our channel, whether that be just by watching, commenting, giving the thumbs up, buying us coffees, becoming a patron, all that good stuff. Thank you guys all so much. Make sure you guys turn notifications on so you don't miss the real-time review on this. And again, man, just thank everybody out there. It's been great so far. So,
and I'd like to actually throw an extra thank you for our patrons. I mean, our patrons have been that support, that monthly support from the patrons has been great. There's only a few people that really can handle that. I mean, it's really for the people that can handle the intensity and the language. It's special people, and we really appreciate y'all being patrons. So I wanted to throw that out there too.
Yeah, our patrons are very special to us. But all right, guys. Well, we will see you on the next one. Appreciate you guys watching. Any of the stuff that we use, some of the stuff that we use, check the affiliate links below.